Welcome back to another episode of the Field of 68's 2023 NBA Draft Prospect Profiles. Rob Doster, Jeff Goodman. We are going to be talking through the prospects for Ricky Council, an Arkansas wing that averaged 16 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists while shooting 43% from the floor, just 27% from three as a 6'6", 205-pound wing for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He is a terrific athlete, Goodman, and I think that I am higher on Ricky Council than pretty much anybody else is going to be. Before we get into my takes, though, let's go to you first. What do you make of him as a player? What do you make of him as a prospect?
I mean, he can create his own shot. So, to me, again, like you said, a really, really good athlete, can get to the basket, can get to the line. There are a lot of those guys you watch right now in the NBA that you're like, wow, that dude, I didn't think he'd make it in the NBA. Not only are they playing in the NBA, but they're playing in the NBA and actually producing in the NBA. So I think Ricky Council will be a guy that gets drafted. I don't know, talking NBA guys, I think a lot of them feel like probably could go late first, but probably more early to mid second is probably where we're looking at Ricky Council. Transfer from Wichita State, was on an Arkansas team that we weren't sure how productive he'd be, but Nick Smith Jr. was hurt most of the year. So Council was kind of the guy, right? He was the guy that Eric Musselman had to give the ball to and say, make a play, because he didn't have a lot of other dudes like that. And Council was able to do that. And I think that was important and able to do it for a team that went deep in the NCAA tournament as well. So I think Council's a guy that clearly will have a home in the NBA for a long time because he fits what they want. Give the ball to him. He can make a play for himself. He's got to be better about being able to make plays for others.
Yeah, he definitely has to be a better passer. I think he needs to continue to refine the shot, but I'm kind of buying the shot long term. The reason why, it's twofold. One, as a freshman, he shot 44% from three. This past season, it was just 27%, but a lot of what he shot was off the dribble, tough contested jumpers. The way that Eric Musselman runs his offense is more or less figure out where the mismatch is, isolate that guy, let him go try to make a play. And when you are not a great shooter, that is going to be a very difficult thing to do, especially if you're not great off the dribble. I think if you look at the free throw percentages that he shot, it went from 64% as a freshman to 79% as a sophomore to 84% as a junior this past season. I think you can project it and say that there's a decent chance that he ends up being a good enough shooter in the NBA. He can score in isolation. More than anything else, Goodman, he is 6'6", he's 210 pounds, and he is one of the best athletes in this draft. I think there is real potential for him to be a switchable
well, you said it,
1 through 3. Yeah.
6'6" is big. I don't know if he's going to measure at 6'6", but he's got good size. I mean, I stood next to him during the NCAA tournament and probably 6'5", legit. And that's huge because, again, like you said, like how many dudes are there like that? And as long as he gets his shot to whereas, again, he can make – they're not going to guard him out there. They're not going to guard a guy like Ricky Council out there until he proves he can hit it consistently. So they're going to go under, and like they did, honestly, in college, and make him make threes. And that's going to be the question is, can he do that consistently? If he can do that, man, he could be a bona fide, like, double-digit scorer, and it would not surprise me at all coming off the bench or maybe even starting at some point in the league.
Yeah, I
like Council. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I think if you look at a lot of these draft boards, like he's projected somewhere in the mid to late second round. And I don't know if I'd invest a first round pick in him, but I would probably try to target him in the 30s if I was an NBA team that needed the role of just an athlete off the bench that can go out and get you a bucket, because I think that that's him. I would be buying some of that long term. I mean, when it comes down to it, players in that same kind of mold, Julian Strawther, right? Bryce Sensabaugh, maybe a Jet Howard, maybe a Julian Phillips. Like I think that I would trust Council near the top of that group, especially because I think that what he can do defensively makes him more projectable long term.
And he's 21 years old. I like that for a guy like him. I know a lot of NBA guys will be like, well, he's older, whatever. I'd rather go with a 19, 20-year-old. To me, I see it both ways. To me, you're drafting Ricky Council because honestly, he can come in and help you tomorrow in some role. Physically, he can help you tomorrow on an NBA court. Emotionally, like mentally, he can help you tomorrow. Now, again, he's got to become a better shooter, a better decision maker, a better defender. But those are all things that I think he can improve on. They're not glaring weaknesses.
Our partner for today's episode is Athletic Greens. I started taking AG1 during the college basketball season, and I loved the impact that it had on my energy levels. I'm a big coffee in the morning guy, but by the time that the afternoon would hit, I needed another boost. AG1 helped me tremendously, especially on those days when I didn't want to get up off the couch and go hit the gym. Their tagline is AG1 is comprehensive health and the power of habit in one. And man, that could not be more true. It's nearly impossible to eat and drink in a healthy manner in the month of February and the month of March when you are in my business. And AG1 was exactly the supplement that I needed to improve my gut health and cover my nutritional basis for the day. I've continued that into April. I've continued that into May, and I'm going to continue that the rest of the summer. All I have to do is mix a scoop of AG1 with some water or maybe add it into a smoothie, and I'm ready to go. Do it after lunch, and you'll be ready to go for the rest of the day. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/field68. That's field 68 FIELD, the number 6, the number 8, and you can get yours now. So check it out and help support this show. Thanks. Yeah, he's not a finished product yet, and he is a little bit younger, but I do think that he is a guy. If the swing skill is going to be the jump shot. Like if he ends up a 27% 3-point shooter in the NBA, then like all of this is moot. But I'm betting on the jump shot long term. And actually, I got it backwards. He shot 85% as a sophomore from the line and 79% as a junior this past season from the line. But it does that's
fine.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, he's. I think you can project that jump shot as being something that's better than the numbers said that it was this past season. And here's the biggest thing, Goodman. He's got the athleticism that he can win a dunk contest one day. Look at all the good vibes that the Sixers got from Mac McClung, right? How much do you value the good
with Mac McClung?
How much value do you put on the vibes that come with winning a dunk contest?
I don't care. I don't give two shits about winning a dunk contest. I care about contributing in games, and this kid's got a much higher upside than Mac McClung. Maybe not in a dunk contest, but on the basketball court in a real game, this is a kid who can play.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree. And if I was making the pick, which I'm not, because I don't know if NBA teams really would trust me with that kind of authority. I do think that he is.
Honestly, I don't think YMCA.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Little league teams should. My the Mount Laurel Dodgers are currently sitting at 8-0, lighting everybody up. Jeff Goodman. This has been the NBA Draft Prospect Profile for Arkansas wing Ricky Council, a guy that I'm high on. I don't know if Goodman is quite as high as me, but a guy we expect to see to go in the 30s, maybe the early 40s. If you've enjoyed this breakdown, check out the links in the description below. We were rolling out more than 50 of these over the course of May and June. And be sure to tune in. We'll be doing a live mock draft a week before the NBA draft. 6 experts will be sitting down and going through every single pick for every single team. Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.